Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. I got this little thing I'm doing, and I need to share something with you because it's really disturbing to me. You know, one of the things that let people know or community know when it's really suffering is when crime and violence becomes a part of the day. You know, lying and stealing and stuff like that. Well, something is bad when citizens within a community have to resort to those types of activities. So it draws attention, but having the wisdom of knowing what to do with it sometimes is missing. However, if you care, you can come up with some solutions. For instance, I was hearing something earlier. This congressman, well, actually a senator, was comparing uh, the art of the deal. You know, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has been talking about the art of the deal. He's trying to use it as a. I understood somebody that wrote a book about it, and it's referencing him, the art of the deal. He used that to say he had something going on. But we found out that he just used that to lift himself up. There's nothing really accurate, it's true about it, because if you watch how he's exercised that as a citizen in government with the United States, it didn't come out like that. So what we're saying is that the focus right now is just on what's happening right now. America, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to want you to listen to me. Don't get angry with me. I am your brother. I'm the brother that will tell you what you don't want to hear, but you know you need to hear. Now, I haven't always been this way. I've been one of those brothers who knew somebody, I need to come down on you hard because I knew what I was talking about, but I wouldn't because I knew you wouldn't like it and the change wasn't going to come. It was just going to isolate. But you need it nonetheless. Donald Trump coming on the scene with the American people, you, my brothers and my sisters, you black brothers of mine, you black sisters of mine, you white brothers of mine, you white sisters. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like me. Love likes you, but I still slap you side your head. You get out of line. But let me tell you this. According to the information that it was giving us, Donald Trump has been milking this country wild. Now, we've seen several presidents come in. We've heard about the emoluments clause and stuff like this that would will not allow people that's working with government to accept gifts, because that thing of it is that people are supposed to be able to feel safe, feel comfortable that you won't sell them out, that you don't have any reason to sell them out. Or at least it's against the law. And if you're going to sell them out, you better be slick because you're going to be watched. And if you get busted, you're going to have to pay the cost. But when it came down to Trump, Trump has all of his life seemed to have ridden above the law. And as president of the United States, that didn't slow him up any. The man is still. And like I heard someone say, Trump 101 was here. Trump 102, it ain't no 102. This is just a continuation to achieve what 101 was set out to do. It never stopped. But I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, like Trump is putting his name. You've heard the same things I'm saying. You've seen it on television. You've seen it on the soap. Buildings are reaching in the clouds. Some are probably high, but he's milking. What's important in Trump's mind is money. What's important to rich people is money. You are nothing but a tool. You are like a tractor. A tractor is used to plow the earth. You, whatever your job is, that's your job. But what is that tractor used for? That tractor is used for making money for the man who think he got it. And what are you used for? You're used to make money for that man. Now he'll give you a little bit. He'll give you a little bit, you know, so he can take advantage of you. He'll give you a little bit, give you everybody a little bit, so they can take advantage of, so he can milk you, and he can live up there on that, up there in that cloud, and we have to be sitting down here breaking wood. You know what I'm saying? That's what we be doing. So I'm thinking that doesn't make sense. And you know, you American people think you're smart. You American people think that you got it going on. But I want to say this before I give you the good news. The Where Donald Trump is because of what America has been. America, you have you. You won't admit it. And it is ugly, but the truth is the truth. You have hurt people everywhere you've gone. Admit, you killed a lot of people. You just like the Germans. You just like Hitler. You killed a lot of people to take their land. Yes, you did. Slavery. You slaughtered a lot of people and bent a lot of people to take advantage of them in slavery. You did. And it never stopped. When you pass these little laws that said you can't do this, you can't do that, and that didn't stop slavery, just like it is, that's like it's still going on now. But now what's going on is that they want to return it back to the viewability where you can see it. You know, nobody's hiding it. That's why I say get the Mexicans, get these folks out here and got the black folks job. Put these niggas back out there in them cotton fields. If they got to work for, the only way they can live is working for $2.50, they'll work. See, that's the way the rich people think. But I got a message for all of you other people that are not rich. And this message is from God. Okay? Now I don't usually tell you that God sent me to tell you this, even though God got me out here working. And God has educated me. And when I talk to you, I talk to you from the perspective of the education that I received. But I'm telling you, God told me to tell you this, specifically to tell you this. You see how these rich people are ripping you off? You see what they're doing. They're willing to cut the little things that you yourselves kind of trying to protect yourself in the past. Gave yourself some health care, gave yourself some social security, gave yourself some retirement, gave yourself maybe we go on vacation or something. You gave yourself these little things. These are little things. But they are willing to slice them from you. Not on the slice, they're ready to cut the jobs out. So you got to be out on the streets looking for jobs. You talking about people passing, if you can drive down the street and you see a person with a sign, they're talking about putting more of you out there. That's the kind of stuff going to drive you to go back to something similar like picking cotton. It might not be picking cotton, but it'll be paid like it's picking cotton. That's what they're doing. You call that purely evil. That's the work of the devil, ladies and gentlemen. If you admit it, you know it is. You know it is. Here's the thing. If it's the work of the devil, why are you receiving the work of the devil? Is this what you deserve? Come on now, tell the truth. I have said that you got exactly what you deserve. Now you might not want to admit it, but you know, even if you do have what you deserve, you can say, "Well, I'm tired of it. I want to change it." Now here's what God come in. You can change it, and it's kind of simple. While they're running around here ripping you up, they can't do all the money they got, all the wealth that they got. They used the people of the world. They took advantage of the people of the world to get it. Let me tell you again, all the wealth, all the money and stuff that they got, put them all together. They're all of the richest men, all the people that got the billionaires, all of the multi, and all that they got, and all of the people got nothing. They got it because they exploited the people of the world, not just Americans, not just Canadians and Russians. They exploited the people of the world. And your pain and suffering is all done in their names because you, the people, have not known the truth. You have not known the truth. You bought lies that allowed you to do and submit yourself as you have in the past. And that submission allowed them to rip you off, to take away your life that God has given. God has made it possible for every last one of you to live as though you're in heaven. You can't beat that. To live here on earth as though you're in heaven. That's what they think they're doing. That's why they want more of robbing you, because that's what they think they're doing. But you can be doing it too, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the key. The only thing that's happening is that they have lied to us. They have deceived us. This is why they're able to get rid of their stuff. We wake up. They don't want you. Hear them saying, "Woke." They try to put something bad on it. They try to make it look bad, make you run from it, because they don't want you to wake up. Woke means waking up. You're not asleep. So God is saying this. God created the earth. I've said it every time I want to tell it to you, but sometimes it come in different ways. It might be more effective at different times. All of the earth, God, not man, not all these rich people on the earth. They can't do that. God, the resources that used, God, for all of the people. Who benefits from it? The people. Who makes what is made? The people. For what? The people. That's what it's made for. Now, if you check some other video, you get a little bit more details, make it a little bit more interesting. But God just wants you to know that while they're out there messing you, all you gotta do is change the system, change the system. They use money to mess you up. You use, and what God offers to you to use is joy. Joy. They talk about money. God is talking about joy, giving you the joy, and just doing the joy, receiving the joy, accepting the joy from God. Just sitting there doing what you are doing what God has given you to do in your particular career that you've chosen to receive that joy and all of that other stuff that they're robbing of you to do certain things from. It's yours, just as it's yours, and it's free and it's accessible at your disposal, ladies and gentlemen. God has a wonderful plan for you. Trump is ripping you off. He's ripping you off, and the world sees what ripping off means. And you see what it's all about. It ain't about you except how they can exploit you. I'm talking about America now as an example, but it's really the world. Exploit you, exploit you. Evil. The good thing is to know the truth that everything belongs to God who has provided it for you, unless you let a Trump come in there and lie to you about he's going to give you some lower prices on the eggs. Did he give you the lower price on the eggs? Well, he lied to you, didn't he? Well, that tells you they lying and comes easy. And so the life that you wanted to live, the one that they told you about that put them in power, do you live it? Some of them do because they work together for that to keep you down. But the point of it is, you got righteousness on your side. That's not righteous. What they're doing, they say they only did it. The ripoff that they've done to the people, you know what they will say? They will say that they only were able to do that because the people permitted them to do it. That's what they will say. They will say that they weren't wrong, they were progressive. They don't realize that. Let me give you an example, ladies and gentlemen, cut this thing short. Every individual God sent here got some kind of gift. Either bring a gift or it come as a gift. Let's say the people that do computers, they came here with information that would allow us to make great advancement, not to exploit and to make money, but to be an asset to humanity. AI, not to make money, but to be an asset. Whatever Musk does, I don't know what the hell he does, but it came through, however, to be an asset. PCCESS, access, asset, and ASS. It's an asset, not access, but asset. Came to be an asset for the human race. But no, the world had been switched. We're gonna take it, make them make money, and we're gonna set this up. And this pain and suffering don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, doing the right thing is always righteous. And there's no shame in it. You change and do the right thing. See, people can't really claim the oil. Oh, they say, well, they do it. That's just a look, when people say, what, give me an Amoco, give me Standard Oil or something like that. They'll say, that's us. Well, that's just something that a plan that you guys derived. You know, it's like the plan that Donald Trump is coming to America right now and writing all that stuff out, executive orders. Well, if he had people in place like he wanted them, then they could make this law. That's all it is. Then somebody else come in and change and make a law. That's all it is. But I'm talking about what's right. What's right, you can't change that. It's gonna always be right. And it's always right that people have access to the truth and utilize it. It's always right. Well, anyway, I'm talking like I'm talking to somebody over there, but I'm really talking to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna call it short now. And I hope that I've said something that's worthwhile. I hope that it will motivate me to do more and perhaps even reach out and touch you in such a way that we'll come together in power, in truth, and love. Till next time, Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. saying goodbye for now.